I don't know why they do. Look at this. Nothing. She is such a lightweight. She can't do it. Do you hear what I'm saying? Are you hearing what I'm saying? This is the biggest. This tells me everything. She doesn't have it. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Not once. She doesn't have it. You would have been all over this. Take credit. Write me a speech. I'll read it. Because of our stick-to-itiveness and our tenacity, we fought back and we... Oh, my God. What did she do? Nothing. What did she say? Nothing. She's such a lightweight. Better yet, sorry, she's an idiot. She's a little girl trying her best to be a part of this thing. I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't understand it. This is rank amateurism, okay? Rank amateurism. Now, look at this other little bit of her. Where is this from? Hang on. What's this?
Reports by the National Journal.
This is when she was running. This is when she was running for Senate. Watch this. She also gets so pissed off if you don't bow. She's so great when everything's going great, and she's happy, and she waves, and she cackles. But if you hit her with something hard, she falls apart. Look at the funja.
Last year, Harris was the target of reports by the National Journal and Orange County Register, which documented what they called her lavish spending from her campaign fund accounts on luxurious hotels, luxury car services, and first-class airfare. The Hill, an online government news site, quoted former aides as saying she treats the campaign fund like a personal checking account to fund a life of luxury. Should it raise questions in the public mind about if you're a senator, how you would look at money spending, which is always an issue in Washington?
There were issues that we needed to address early in my campaign around correcting course, which we did, and I'm very proud of the work we did in that regard.
So this was your campaign manager, I believe, who was replaced, right?
There was a lot of restructuring that we did, and it needed to be done.
Okay. So problem solves?
I believe so, yes.
The buck starts here. She's such a phony. If you can't see that, President Trump, go after her in a debate. Did you see the face? Remember when Tulsi Gabbard broke it off and remember going, It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. Beautiful. Most incredible stuff I've ever seen in my life. This is the most important thing. Now, let's also talk about this. I don't want you to work with me on this, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a friend of mine who's a jadrul. I love him, but he sends me this stuff, and he says, well, J.D. Vance has biracial. Says, excuse me, they're not biracial. They're Caucasian. I hate to get into this. I don't want to get into this all day. But Indian is not a race. It might be a color. It might be a skin hue. It might be some other thing. But stop saying race. It is not Negroid. It is not Malay. It is not Caucasus. Well, it's Caucasoid. And it's not. And it is not Mongoloid. It's stop using these terms. Unless you want to get into the whole thing about of color, whatever the hell that means. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. But it doesn't matter, dear friend. So let me say this again. Now listen carefully. Okay? Listen to me. J.D. Vance never said, well, my wife's she's black. Oh, my wife's Indian. What? Oh, she's Indian. But you never. What? Oh, she's also Jewish. She's Jewish? Well, she's Jewish. But wait a minute. You never said. I'm just assuming. That's the issue. Let me try it again, because I know people are watching this. It's not that she comes and says, well, J.D. Vance can't say anything. He misses the point. J.D. Vance says, this is my wife. She speaks Hindi or Bengali, wherever she is. This is it. Here we are at the wedding. I got my duds on. And by the way, Vivek Ramaswamy says that the Indians are pissed because they're basically abandoning their heritage. Their heritage. She's playing fast and loose with it. It's incredible. Wait a minute, did she forget? Oh, I'm black now. Hey, girl. Couldn't she have said, hey, girl, how are you, my friend? Here, my God. No. She all of a sudden, she goes, hey, and it's not a Southern accent. It's a black accent. It's called African-American Southern affectation. When Michelle Obama and she are going back and forth, they're not hearkening back to Arkansas. Would you get it right? Have you not lived? Do you not know how this goes? Do you not know how this goes? It's a black accent. It's not Southern. I don't know where these. It's okay. And they go, hey, forget about it. That's the Bronx or Brooklyn or whatever it is. It's Tony Soprano. There are names for these things. It's not Southern. John Kennedy. That's Southern. You know, Lindsey Graham. Southern meets, I don't know, Paul Lind or something, kind of a combination. They can't even say it. Now, going back to J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance never said, well, my wife is actually, she's Zoroastrian. Wait a minute. Since when? You never said that before. It's not that she's not. So speaking of J.D. Vance, let's see what old J.D. says.
Where he said that Vice President Harris is, quote, all of a sudden black.
By the way, Steve Contorno from Contortion, from Twisting, Steve Contorno is having a hell of a time trying to get old JD in here. Now listen to this one. You're going to love this. This is such a, but you know what? President Trump, you want to make a big deal out of this? Do it. Do it.
The former president's comments yesterday to the National Association of Black Journalists, where he said,
see how he slurs? He speaks too fast. I don't know what he's saying. He's speaking too quickly. He's not doing it the right way. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? He's not doing it the right way. But just a second, I'm going to give you something here to take with you. A little parting gift, as they say. Anyway, where the hell am I? Where am I? Oh, here we are. Okay, watch it. All right, JD, hit it.
That Vice President Harris is, quote, all of a sudden black.
Yep.
As a father of 3 biracial children, did those comments give
They're
you
not
pause at all?
biracial.
They don't give me pause at all. Look, all he said is that Kamala Harris is a chameleon. She goes to Georgia 2 days ago. She was raised in Canada. She puts on a fake Southern accent. She is everything to everybody, and she pretends to be somebody different depending on which audience she's in front of. I think it's totally reasonable for the president to call that out, and that's all he did. I mean, look, she's running as a tough-on-crime prosecutor, even though she implemented open border policies. She's saying that she wants to support the police, yet she wanted to defund the police just 3 years ago. It's totally reasonable to call out the fact that she pretends to be somebody different depending on the audience she's talking to.
That's the issue. That is the issue. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the issue. By the way, please watch my video. Here's the link of my version of Kamala. DEI, black, India, whatever one. She's not biracial. Don't call it race. It's not a race. Indian, Punjabi, Bengali, Hindi, whatever you want to call it. They're Caucasian. I know you're like, what? It's just skin color. It doesn't matter. There are people in certain parts of the country, of the world, that have very, very dark skin. They're Caucasian. Don't think that everybody with darker skin is black. Please, you would think that people, I know they can't figure out gender. I know that really doesn't. And speaking of which, did you see this story today? Think about that. How'd that make you feel today? That make you sick? Did that make you sick? By the way, I hate to tell you, Asian, in terms of race, Asian is not the same as Mongoloid. I know these are, I know what you're trying to do, and I appreciate you trying to clear me up. But in terms of race versus culture versus census versus the name, Latino, Latinx, Pacific Islander, that's not a race. Hello, old man. That's not a race. Call it something else. It may not mean anything. Okay, you got that? According to the census, my arse. It's not a race. You can use it as a designation. Don't you love when people say, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to show him, according to the census, it's not a race. That's not what they use. Hello, call it something else. Judge Joe Brown knew Cammie's father, said he's Caucasian. Okay, whatever. Oh, there's all stuff about it, whether he's a Marxist and whatever. So what I'm saying to you is simply this. The issue is not whether you have a father who is black or whatever it is. It's how you use it. Now, let's go back to this boxing thing, okay? Be very careful with this story. That's all I'm going to tell you, okay? Be very careful. And I'm going to tell you something. First and foremost, this may be a problem with you. I don't know if the Algerian boxer is a man or was a woman or suffers from some sexual whatever disorder. I don't know. Let's be specific. I know people don't care about this, but I'm going to try my best to give you what I'm hearing. So be careful with this. Number one, let's look at this. Imani Khalif, the Algerian boxer. And by the way, a great source of this is our good friend Dom Lucre. Lucre, from the Latin lucre, money, lucrative. Imani Khalif, the Algerian boxer that went viral, was born, this is according to Dom, and I think it should give us pause to verify, was born a woman. She was banned at the World Championships because of the unfair advantage her genetic disorder gives her. It's just some type of genetic disorder. Transgender surgeries are outlawed in Algeria. It has also been verified that her passport identifies her as a female. Okay, let's be careful. In March of 2023, according to our good friend Dom Lucre, he says Khalif was disqualified for failing to meet eligibility criteria before her gold medal bout at the 2023 IBA Women's World Boxing Championships. Again, this is what Dom says. The Algerian Boxing Committee said Khalif was disqualified for medical reasons. It was later reported that the disqualification was due to high levels of testosterone. According to the International Boxing Association, President Umar Kremlev, DNA testing of Khalif and other athletes proved they had XY chromosomes and were thus excluded from the sports events. That would be a male. There is speculation that Khalif may not be transgender, but has a disorder of sex development, DSD, which causes some females to have XY chromosomes and blood testosterone levels typical of a man. Okay, fine. If she couldn't qualify the World Championships, some people are saying they don't believe she should be able to qualify the World Olympics as well. But she is not a man, some people are saying. As for Angela Carini, she was robbed, but she's also been crying, according to Dom, since 2021. The video is when she quit and abandoned another fight. Many accounts have attempted to criticize. Let me see. She says many accounts have attempted to criticize Dom, who pushed the story. Blah blah blah. So what I'm saying is this: Let me stop. Before you jump into this, let's make sure we know what we're talking about. Because when I first saw this, I go, she quit after how many seconds? 40 seconds or whatever. She's crying. Again, this is my father. She may have some emotional issue. I don't know. That's not an issue. I want to get into that. I don't know. There's more to this. Now, some would say a dude is a dude is a dude is a dude. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Do you believe that? She looked like a man. Oh, absolutely. Do you believe that dude is a dude is a dude is a dude is a dude? Do you believe that? Anybody believe that? Does anybody believe that there is no such thing as somebody's like, anybody? You ever hear Kleinfelters? Ever hear of, is it Kleinfelters? XYY, super males? Anybody? No, you haven't. And frankly, most of us don't know. Finkel is Einhorn. Okay. Now, all I know is this really didn't look good to me as the casual observer. As somebody looks, it's like, you know what? Let's check this out. If Lance Armstrong was destroyed by virtue of this or clear, whatever these things are, I think they need to do a lot better job to at least satisfy this suspicion that we have here. There's something wrong with that. But do me a favor. Do not think you're an expert on this because somebody looks like B. Arthur looked like a dude. And I'm sorry, that's not enough. Let us realize one thing. We are not necessarily experts in everything. We don't. And that's why I'm saying, you know what? I'll let them figure this one out. I don't feel comfortable. There's too many questions. Normally the questions don't come up. Riley Gaines, Leah Thomas. Oh, there's no doubt about that. That's not even subject to. But also, when was the last time somebody quit boxing? Quit? You mean to tell me 45 seconds? Does that bother you at all? I'm not suggesting. And then all I'm saying is they got to do a lot better job to satisfy a lot of people, because people were also suggesting today that this actually mimicked. Look at this. It is tested XY chromosome. Case closed. That's it. Thank you, Brian. That's it. XY. That's it. Done. If I showed you the number of women out there who may have had some of these disorders, you would say, what? But it doesn't matter. I'm an expert. XY chromosome. That's it. That's it. I'm an expert. That's it. And I'm an expert. I know all about this. Everything. Chromosomes, disorders, what makes a woman a woman. I'm telling you. I love you. I love this. You don't understand something here. I may look to you like a civilian. I may have no degrees. I may not have ever studied anything, but I went to the internet school of instant expertise. And damn it, I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. That's a dude, period. I know this stuff. I just do. And I know it especially when I get to type by myself, because I get real tough by myself. So don't give me this stuff about science. My world is black and white, and I know what I'm talking about. And just because I hide behind a name that isn't my own, and just because I'm in the darkness, doesn't mean that I'm not right. So I'm right, he's wrong, disqualified. That's the end of it. Now, this one, unfortunately, really deserves a lot. But recognize when you say, you know what, this may not be, we may need a new category for disqualification. We may need new disqualification. And I'm telling you right now, I have talked to friends of mine who have said to me there are things and there are aspects of the continuum of gender that will blow your mind, all of them acting as though they remaining women. So, whatever. But don't matter. You just stick to this thing. But if that case isn't investigated, I don't know what is. Remember the East German? Oh my God. East German, was it swimming or Olympics? It was the 80s. The one fellow, I think it was a shot putter or something. Anyway, became a man. So much. I mean, they hit him with steroids. This guy grew a beard. I mean, but if you checked, it's a woman. But the guy, it's because of the performance enhancement drug. He had steroids. Remember that guy? You just go back. Why? Just Google this. East Germany. Can't believe it. But it was a woman. But the performance, the steroids changed everything. But it was a woman. Never not a transgender. You just. If I take a woman, have you seen these women bodybuilders that they just blast? Well, not they do. Where they get the jaw and then broad nose. They talk like that. Like Brittany Griner. Have you heard Brittany? Remember Brittany Griner? Remember her? Remember America's Sweetheart? Have you seen Brittany Griner lately? Oh my God. Have you heard her voice? Unbelievable. You understand this? Be careful. This needs severe. Anyway, let me ask you a question. When you have a woman who, by virtue of the steroids, takes on these characteristics, is that a woman? Have you seen these ones? Muscles that you can't believe, the nose, the jaw. They don't get the thyroid cartilage, but the Adam's apple or whatever. But they, and some will hair. There's other things, polycystic, this and that. There's all kinds of anomalies here and there that can mimic facial hair. But do you believe that a woman who takes so many steroids that she looks like a man is a woman or a man? Answer my question. If a woman takes so many steroids, do you think that she is still a woman? Yes or no? Do you think so? Jim Thurkill, that's a new name, says, Lionel, is Mrs. L ever on your show? Anyone? Love you guys together. Yes, she will be. Thank you. And I will send her your love. Thank you, sir. Do you believe that it is the chromosomes? Do you believe that it is a chromosome? Have you ever heard of, have you ever had XYY syndrome, Jacobs syndrome? You ever heard this one? Hang on. Just a second. Oh my God. I got to realize, got you experts here. All of a sudden, I'm telling you. There we go. Klinefelter syndrome. Let's try this one. Klinefelter syndrome is a genetic condition that results when a boy is born with an extra copy of the X chromosome. Klinefelter syndrome is a genetic condition affecting males, and it often isn't diagnosed until adulthood. Klinefelter syndrome may adversely affect testicular growth, resulting in smaller than normal testicles, which can lower production of testosterone. The syndrome may also cause reduced muscle mass, reduced body and facial hair, and enlarged breast tissue. The effects of Klinefelter syndrome may vary. Most men with Klinefelter syndrome produce little or no sperm, but assisted blah, blah, blah. They have an extra copy of the X chromosome. Now, let me ask you, are Klinefelter syndrome patients men or women? Please, where's the experts? Is a Klinefelter syndrome an XY? They have an extra copy of that. It's probably X. It's XXY. Actually, they have an extra copy of the X chromosome, but they're born a male. But what do you think? Is it a male? Now you're saying intersex. Men, Blister Bill said doesn't matter. What do you mean it doesn't matter? What do you mean it doesn't matter? What are you talking about? So if this guy shows up with BB-like testicles, no facial hair, diminish or a lesser degree of body mass, and looks exactly like a woman, what do you think that is? Is that a man or a woman? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Now, here's one for you. This is a good one. This is even more interesting. This is called XYY syndrome. This is a rare chromosomal disorder that affects males. It is caused by the presence of an extra Y chromosome. That's not good. Oh, that would be a super male, wouldn't it? Males normally have one X and one Y. However, individuals with this syndrome have one X and two Ys. Affected individuals are usually very tall. And let me see, a lot of risks involved with that. Signs and symptoms, they're higher. Now, what would that be? XYY. Let me see. It is inherited. Now, medical genetics. This is when a male has an extra Y chromosome. So if it's XYY, XY is a male, right? Now, what if it's XXY? Ooh, what's that? That's interesting. That might be XSY. That's Klinefelter. So here's my question. What do you do? Would you have a rule that says if there's anything, if you have anything but XY or XX, you're out? Is that what you would do? Would you? Would you do that? Would you want to do that? Would you advocate that? People would say, I don't know whether I would do this or not. I'm just an internet expert. All I know is that was a dude. And that guy looked like a dude, and that's it. I don't want to hear about this. He's a dude. Look at him. That's it. I'm an expert. Stop talking about this stuff. It's not ridiculous. Don't give me this business about Klinefelters and super males. I don't care about that. I was a dude. That's it. I'm an expert. I know what I'm talking about. I know these things. That's it. End of discussion. Okay, fair enough. Okay. This was it's very, very sad. But also, I think we need to look at maybe some emotional help or therapy of this young Italian lady as well. Very, very. I think she's very sensitive. Dare I say, perhaps maybe too much. In any event. Now, let's talk about this great piece about how well people know Kamala Harris, especially her fans.
Attorney General in California, and she was the senator from California. I really don't know much of what she did.
I'm not sure I know enough about her accomplishments.
There you go.
The way that she carries herself.
She was Attorney General of her state. She moved up to becoming, the Vice President of the United States. So she has definitely she's definitely made her stamp in history of being the first African American female president, Vice President, and soon to be first Vice President as a woman of color.
Okay. This country wants substance and solutions, not sugary identity politics.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, babe. Appreciate it. It's Jesse Waters, ladies and gentlemen. Jesse Waters. He knows these things. He has Waters World. He does that, whatever he does that thing. Now, is Kamala Indian?
Okay. Is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
yes.
you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president. So we're both Indian, but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been telling people we're related already, so this is perfect. It's basically true. And so were you raised eating South Indian food?
South Indian food.
See, can you hear this? Can you hear? She doesn't know what she's talking. So what does this mean? Does this matter? The issue is not what you are. It would be almost like you're saying, you know, it's almost like saying somebody, you know, I'm an agnostic, and I've always been an agnostic, and I'm an agnostic, and then you say all of a sudden, but I'm a devout Christian. It's like, wait a minute, what? That's the issue. It's that you're changing these things just to fool us. I don't understand what makes somebody anything. If you look at his mother, you look at her, I don't know where she comes from. I swear to God, I don't give a damn. I never understood how when they call Barack Obama black or anybody, say, why are you black, or why isn't he white? What is the rule? Any amount of black removes the white? Is that it? He had a white mother. Well, he's biracial. That's not what they said. They said our first African. Well, they didn't even do that. Well, really? Yeah, well. We love these labels. Oh, I'm Irish American. Have you been to Ireland? No. Do you speak Irish or Gaelic? No. Do you know the history of Ireland? No. But I'm Irish. Why? Because my name is O'Shaughnessy. So I'm Irish. You mean you have an Irish maid? No, I'm Irish. The old country. And the best is the Italian. I'm an Italian American. Hey, how you doing over there? That's my favorite. I know so many of these people. You mean you're Italian American? You mean you're the Italians, real Italy Italians, don't have any concept of what this means. Who is this? Hey, how you doing? Like my pasta, like your gravy, you got your macaroni. Oh, you're Italian? Yeah, okay, fair enough. I remember, in fact, this is very interesting. You might find this interesting. I don't know. A lot of experts here. A lot of experts. You might disagree with this. But there are folks that I have met and talked to who are black Africans. And some of them are even from Libya, from the Fezzan and others, but they're black Africans from the continent of Africa. And they have absolutely no concept of what black means. I know this may sound, here's a different name here. Bobby Dowd, ladies and gentlemen. Literally, bro, Carmelita isn't going to win, is she? Please, literally, bro, literally. When I saw this today, bro, literally, bruh, when I saw her run from the microphone, run, when she could have taken credit for the prisoner exchange or swap, I thought, dear God. Dear God. I can't believe what I can't believe what I'm saying. This is when I realized she absolutely is 100% a lightweight. She can't do it. She had to have a book. She looked pissed off. She got out holding the iPhone with the earphones, and she hands it to somebody. She cares nothing about optics. She's a phony. Nobody knows who she is. It's the sugar high. It's the honeymoon. It's just not Trump. This is the best they can do. They're not going to talk anything about policy. She has no policy. She is going to be hiding in the background, hoping to God you don't bring anything up. Hiding in the background to make sure, to hope to God you don't say anything, that you don't notice it. Let you work on that. She's not going to talk about policy. She's not talking about any of this stuff. Nothing. She's going to collapse. There's nothing there. What you saw was this initial excitement after their boy Joe fell apart. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? I think you hear what I'm saying. I think you hear what I'm saying. And by the way, you want to see something even sicker? Did you see this released film as Trump is speaking? When the shooter is walking, you can see him. Look at this. This makes me sick. Look at it. Look at the top. Now watch. See him? Look at that. Doesn't that make you sick? Doesn't that make you sick? Doesn't that make you sick? I don't understand this. I don't grasp this idea. I cannot still yet believe. I can't believe this. This is interesting. You really love this story. By the way, Norma Lutz or Lutz says, Drudge, she was up by 4. Up by 4 with what? Up by 4, which poll? What poll? What are you talking about? Not you, Norma, but I'm saying you can't watch this stuff. Let's go back to what we're doing. RCP. Let's go to Real Clear Politics. And let's look at it right now. Here we go. RCP poll average, Trump up by 1.5. 5-way RCP average, Trump up by 0.3. This is her, this is her. Favorability ratings, Harris up by 1.6 favorability right now. This is good. In all of the battlegrounds, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina, Georgia, Trump above all, with the smallest margin being in Wisconsin with 0.2. But in Pennsylvania, 2.7. I'll just go down the list. 2.7, 2.0, 4.2, 4.0, 5.5, 3.6. Look at that. But there's going to be the Spinelli poll and the Zogby poll and the Quinnipiac poll and the ABC News poll and the ABC Texas, and they're going to go to a mall and they're going to say, how old are you? 18. Great. Who do you like? Trump? I like Kamala Harris. Thank you. And you? Let's go for all the 19-year-old black women. What do you say? Who do you like? Trump or Kamala Harris? Oh, Kamala. There you go. There's 2. And there's the poll. Likely voters? Technically, that's not a poll. And there's no qualification for that. They never say, just a minute, Dave. Yeah, that poll you mentioned. Yes, John. How does that break down exactly? Well, it's hard to say how it breaks down exactly. It's not really, but they're just a poll. Just trust me. What do you mean just trust you? Is it a good poll? Is it legitimate? What kind of poll is this? Can you tell me what kind of poll? How many people in the sample? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Compared to what? Is this who issued this poll? Who paid for this? Who paid for this poll? Did she pay for it? She paid for it, didn't she? Yes. Well, why don't you tell people this? Why don't you do that? Why? Because you come on here and you keep telling people it's a poll. Like all polls are alike. Like it never ceases to amaze me. And people will say, well, there's that poll. All right. We're doing great. Listen to me. I'm telling you again. A politician would have said, give me in front of that mic right now. Let's go. Come on. I'm dying for this. She's got free coverage now. Now when they want to hear her. Now when they want to hear her. She has free coverage and they want to hear this. And you had 2 people released and you could pretend that it was because of how strong you were but she didn't do that. She didn't do it. Do you see what's happening? Do you see how this works? Do you see how it is fascinating to me. Absolutely, utterly fascinating. Do you think for a moment that she's going to be able to handle this for 90, let's get the number of days here, 96 days. Do you think she can handle 96 days? Do you think she's going to be able to sustain this? And let me ask you, who wants to ask? I'm going to ask you. Okay, Edie Crowley, Jim Dandy, Twitcher. How about you experts? Where in the hell is Joe Biden right now as we speak? Where is he? Guitar by Abraham says, how long will it last? It's over, Abe. It's over. It's over. What's wrong with the Polish? It's over. There is no, you don't understand this. They're scared. They don't know what to do. She's not saying anything. You're supposed to be doing it now. And she's peaking too early. Ladies and gentlemen. Do you have these friends? Do you have these friends of yours who say things like, they drive you crazy? One of the things you want to say is, you don't want to peak too early. What do you mean? Well, I'll give you an example. You don't want to peak too early. You don't want to do this stuff. And the reason for this is very, very simple. Remember those people? Remember, what was it? Remember, what's his name? You know. Oh, yes. Michael Dukakis. Oh, he was great. He was like a shooting star. Michael Dukakis. What happened to him? Nothing. Fell apart. Disintegrated. The worst. Absolutely, positively the worst. Mitt Romney. The worst. George Herbert Walker Bush had maybe the highest ratings, favorability of anyone after the Gulf War. And look what happened to him. So what do you want to do? You want to do what she's doing? Where are these polls? They're creating this illusion for her because there's nothing there. Because these people are idiots. Because Barack Obama is an idiot. And I don't know where you came up, why you believe in this nonsense. Oh no, he's so smart. He's an idiot. He is the gopher, so to speak. He does what the shadow government tells him to do. He's not in charge of anything. And Michelle sure is. How many times have you heard that nonsense about Michelle? Oh, Michelle is going to win. Michelle. Oh, Michelle. Michelle. Did you hear this story? Do you understand this? Do you understand this? Remember how many times I told you, it's a lock. I heard Dick Morris say, oh, no, it's a lock. I said, what are you, nuts? What's the matter with you people? What do you think the American voters are going to do? Let me start with this. You got the people who love Trump and the people who hate Trump. What did I just say? Did you notice what I just said? Let me say it again. Nobody wants her. They just hate Trump. I'm going to say it one more time. Maybe you didn't hear me. Nobody wants her. They hate him. Do you hear what I'm telling you? They hate him. That's what this is about. It's not about, well, she did such a good job. So right off the bat, now let me ask you, let's talk about voter turnout. When you like somebody, you vote for them. Barack Obama, he came out. One of the reasons why Rudy Giuliani, if you remember this, when he ran for mayor in New York, there was something on the ballot that had to deal with what am I trying to say? What the hell? Oh, yes. With Staten Island and the secession of Staten Island. So everybody came out. And when they came out to the polls, he benefited from this. So let me ask you something. Who was going to go out there and vote for Kamala Harris? You don't have that same thing. Christo Stavros said, my brother, on deck. I won't unleash till November. Absolutely. It's the honey man. It's a good friend of mine. It's a good man. CS gas. That's what they call him. So let me go back to this. There are people, Trump people are coming out of the woodwork. Edie Crowley says the real woman didn't want to die. The real woman didn't want to die. Okay. Interesting. I like that. I'm not sure what that means, but it's going to make me think about that. It's going to make me think, oh, okay. So you asked before what's going to happen. So right now say, okay, Kamala, let's go. Anything else? JD, and you're going to hear this. Oh, they're having second thoughts about JD Vance. Who is? Oh, they are. Why is that? Oh, they got double second thoughts about JD Vance. Why? Well, because he's not what they thought. What do you mean? Well, it's just, who said that? Well, it's, no, seriously, what is it? I don't know. What are you talking about? Why do you say this thing? Why? Oh, the female boxer didn't want. Okay, is that what that means? See, I'm looking at some of these things, and I'm on to a new topic. Edie said, the real woman didn't want to die. With all due respect, Edie, she wouldn't have died. They would have stopped the fight. Believe me. She's not gonna die. This is not a street fight. This isn't ultimate fighting. The referee, believe me, and they got headgear on, and they're not. It's just no. She would not have died. She might suffer. By the way, most people don't realize this. One of the greatest sources of head trauma that people receive is not from the fight itself, but all of the sparring. The sparring is what jiggles your head more than anything else. Soul 76 says, DJ T quipped, Joe dropping out just because he can't win, so some elites can pick his replacement isn't how democratic elections work. He's right about that. But you see, that's who is that for? Who is that for? Who is going to go out and vote for her? Who? Do you think she's going to have this great? Do you think people say, we've got to vote for her because she's now Barack Obama, different story. They love this guy. They loved him. But this woman, she's never connected. Never. I don't care what anybody tells you. She's never connected, dear friend. Do you hear me? She's never connected. That's simple. All right, dear friends. You are absolutely incredible. And so many experts. I'm so lucky. Thank you. Soul 76 Can, Christo Stavro, Bobby Dowd, ladies and gentlemen, Jim Thurkill, Edie Crowley, YouTube Sooks, Charlie Calais, Jim Rakar, and Marty Higgins. God bless yous. God bless the boys who make the noise on 16th Avenue. And I mean that sincerely. So, bottom line, who's going to win? Christo says, voted for DJT, not JDV. Interesting. JDV. Okay, very good. Now, who's going to win? The answer is Trump is. Trump is. I don't know how to tell you any other way than Trump is going to win. He is going to win. I'm telling you, he is going to win. And there is nothing that these people can do to stop it. And you're right about this. Our good friend Maddie Harmon said she never connected in the 2020 primary. Absolutely. She never pulled for the 2%. They didn't like her. People don't like her. I'm telling you, just relax. Relax. Just watch this. There's going to be some moments, though. Don't give up. President Trump's got to go in for the kill, and I mean that sincerely. All right, dear friends, you have a great and a glorious night. One more time, check out this new video. It's a beaut. It's my view of what's going on. All right, dear friends, have a great and a glorious day. I mean that sincerely. Don't ever change. I mean that sincerely. And until we meet again, as I always say, see you tomorrow at 8. Is it 8? Yes, 8 a.m. And until then, I always say, my friends, remember these parting words. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Da, da.